You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Delivered by conflicting media. Little technical issues right there as we get started this morning. Let me remind you, if you ever have any more finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And, of course, we are celebrating today. I looked at the celebrations of the day today, and I thought, wow, maybe we could go back to Saturday when it was National Pastry Day, but today I guess we'll just celebrate National Noodle Ring Day. Little pasta rings. I don't. It's just ho hum. I mean, what it is. I guess we just got to go.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Delcy. Glad to see you with us today. Checking out the markets for you as we move right along today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 24.87. Not a whole heck of a lot of excitement right there. Oil up 51 cents per barrel. Here in the state of confusion, we are paying $3.13.1 per gallon of gasoline. That's the translation there. We've dropped down to the third highest price in the country. We're behind Hawaii and Alaska right now, so I guess we're doing a little bit better. If we still want to go get gasoline, though, the place to do it is in, I'm just trying to find it here. Where the heck is it? I know it's $2.19.3 in Oklahoma. So that's where we want to get a gallon of gasoline. And the national average, $2.46.2. So we're checking out the markets right there. Then we will take a look and see, what are the bond markets doing? Well, the 10-year Treasury is pretty flat, down 1 basis point in yield. So that's remember, yield and bond pricing, they always move in opposite directions. So the 10-year Treasury yield, 2.37, we'll call it. Down 11 basis points on the bond on the mortgage-backed security. So that means interest rates are a little bit higher. Not a whole heck of a lot, though, on the 30-year bond. But I found a family this weekend. We were able to help them with a $1.1 million loan. Hard to believe you can do that still in the 4% range. It's amazing how the markets are still right there on the jumbo products. So that's just another piece of excitement right there. That is what the markets are looking at. Let's take a look at the news for you right now as well. What do we got going on in the news? Obviously, we don't want to speculate too much on the idiot that set off a bomb near Times Square today. Apparently, the only one that was hurt so far that they're reporting is himself. He not smart enough to set that bomb off in a way that it could hurt others. Thank goodness he set it off, got himself. That's probably the best way they can do these things. Get themselves moving on in the news today. President Trump visited a civil rights museum in Mississippi. The members of the Congressional Black Circus, they did not show up because it was the president that was there. President of the United States goes to commemorate a civil rights museum, yet the Congressional Black Circus does not show. So that just kind of gives you an idea of what their values are, what they're looking to accomplish, if anything. Also looking at Alabama, last day of that race. They vote tomorrow. The verdict will be in tomorrow. So one poll has Roy Jones leading by 4 points over Democrat, or Roy Moore leading by 4 points over Democrat Doug Jones. Another poll has Jones up by 10 over Moore. Bottom line, who knows? So we'll see what happens there. Washington Post is back in the fake news. Made a major blunder Friday in which President Trump quickly and gleefully pounced. The reporter David Weasel tweeted a photo of a near-empty arena in Pensacola, Florida, citing it as evidence that the president didn't attract a large crowd to the rally. The problem is the photo was taken before the event was ever started, before they started allowing people into the arena. Indeed, Trump did pack the arena with his supporters, and Weasel graciously apologized for his bad tweet. Amazing. And prior to that misleading photo from Pensacola, CNN was again forced to retract an embarrassing error. The anti-Trump network was certain that it finally had a smoking gun, evidence that Donald Trump Jr. was in cahoots with WikiLeaks during last year's election. Unfortunately, the network, it dropped a digit and turned September 14th into September 4th, thus changing the entire relevance of the story. Of course, the error could be understandable because CNN has not been number one for so many years that it may have totally forgotten the existence of that digit. Just a thought there. GOP Senator denounced unhinged Pelosi. And Nancy Pelosi, most of us believe that she's a bit unhinged. Republican Senator John Barrasso is returning with some verbal fire of his own after Pelosi declares the tax bill Armageddon. Think about that one. Lowering taxes for the majority of America will be Armageddon, because I guess she's not going to have as much money to spend or waste. Barrasso, a physician in his previous life, denounced Pelosi and other Democrats as power-hungry politicians who benefit from an ever larger government, unquote. For her, it may sound like Armageddon, he said of the tax plan, but to him, again being Mr. or Dr. Barrasso, it sounds like freedom. You got to love that idea. Iraq declares mission accomplished. The leader of Iraq says his nation's war against the Islamic State has been won. Good news right there. The Dean of the House, a new Dean of the House of Representatives. It's a symbol only. Now, I'm a big believer. I think that 12-year term limits should be a mandatory in the United States Congress. More than enough time to get two terms for the senators, 6 terms for the congressional individuals. But Don Young of Alaska, elected in 1973, I think I read somewhere, I don't have the exact number, but it was something like 240 members of Congress would be termed out if they went to a 12-year term limit. Just a thought there. California. Here's some interesting information on California. Los Angeles Times published an analysis of how the recent wildfires have punctured Southern California's long-standing image as a sun-drenched paradise. Even before the recent spate of disastrous fires, California devolved into a state divided between the ultra-rich coastal elite and desperately poor people in many other areas. But now even the richest enclaves have been exposed as being vulnerable to the destructive whims of nature. And I'm going to suggest, you're going to hear it first here, no one else is talking about this. How long is it going to take until we hear that environmentalists like Tom Steyer are the ones that are probably responsible for the wildfires in California? Not just Southern California, but in Northern California. When was the last time we saw the controlled burns? Should I get the music on here waiting? Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They don't go in and maintain the forests. So the overgrowth, they wait until there's a forest fire, then it all burns out of control, as opposed to setting some of these controlled burns where they can manage the area where they're having a burn and get rid of the overbrush and do it the right way. But no, the environmentalists won't allow that to happen any longer. They say that it's not good for the environment, not good for the forests. So let's see if this they think is a little bit better for people to go and have these burns like they're having right now. Just a thought. You heard it here first. Lindsey Vonn, karma is a... Well, we won't say that. But Lindsey Vonn, karma gets her. She... all over the news last week when she disparaged President Trump and said she would never visit the White House if invited. Now she was forced to withdraw from races in Switzerland. She's obviously the skier because of a back injury. Never wish ill on anybody, but karma does tend to have a method of getting even with people. She is expected to compete in South Korea in the Winter Olympics. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. And the winner was announced this weekend. I guess I should get a drum roll here. You probably already know this one. Quarterback from Oklahoma Sooners named Heisman Trophy winner Baker Mayfield was the winner right there. So that's a little bit of sporting news that we have for you. Let's check out on some of the news of the day as well. See what else we've got going on. Watching the markets for you. Maybe we'll get into the news of the day when we come back. We saw jobless claims came out on Thursday. We were off. Friday, I'm sorry, the new jobs number. Very nice report. We're going to start seeing the effects of supply and demand, I believe, and that'll be when we'll start seeing the numbers going up in wages. That'll be the big issue there. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, boy, we have a lot to chat about this morning. Why getting pre-approved should be a very early step. I've got the ultimate home buying toolkit coming out. You can use it for both buying a home and refinancing a home, but we're going to be releasing that later today, so we want to make sure that you are the first ones to know about that. We'll also talk about 12 scams of Christmas, a quick formula to determine your house payment, and questions you should ask yourself before deciding to buy or lease a car, all that and more. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
In the middle of a street, a house. In the middle of a...
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. And also, don't forget, we're going to have later today, so watch the social media channels. You'll see it on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook first. Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. The ultimate toolkit to home buying. We're going to release it right there so you have access to it. And again, we'll do that on Facebook later today. It's got a pretty good little book on there. It's a little toolkit. Give you a whole bunch of mortgage calculators, affordability worksheets, and a lot of information. I think it's a lot of good information for you. Of course, I should because I helped write it. But the idea there is that there's a lot of good information in there to help you just get that first home. It's an educational piece. We want to make sure that any one of the listeners of Ron Siegel Radio get the best education possible so you can make the best decision for your family. That is the issue right there. And one of the big issues that everybody wants to do or everybody needs to be doing is if you're going to be buying a home, and I recommend starting this right now. See, refinancing is an interesting scenario because if you start a refinance right now, your first payment on the new loan will probably be March of 2018. March of 2018. What do you think about that one? A couple of months there of not having to make mortgage payments right after the holidays. Wouldn't that be fun? But the idea is start right now, and the first step is getting pre-approved, or even better, getting the Fast Pass loan approval from our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. In many markets across the country, the number of buyers searching for their dream homes greatly outnumbers the number of homes for sale. This led to a competitive marketplace where buyers often need to stand out. One way to show you are serious about buying your dream home is to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, or even better, the Fast Pass pre-approval for a mortgage before starting your search. Even if you're in the market that is not as competitive, knowing your budget will give you the confidence of knowing if your dream home is within reach. Freddie Mac lays out the advantages of pre-approval in their My Home section of their website. I quote, "It's highly recommended that you work with your lender to get pre-approved before you begin house hunting. Pre-approval will tell you how much you can afford and can help you move faster and with greater confidence in competitive markets," unquote. One of the many advantages of working with a local real estate professional is that many have relationships with lenders who will be able to help you with the process. Once you have selected a lender, you need to fill out their loan application, provide them with important information regarding your credit, debt, work history, down payment, and residential history. Easy again with our friends over at Gold Star. You can text EZ App, APP, Easy App, to 79564 to get you right on the road to getting your new home. Easy app to 79564. Application done online on your cell phone or smartphone. Take maybe 5 minutes. Freddie Mac has the 4 C's that help determine the amount you will be qualified to borrow. Number 1 is the capacity, your current and future ability to make payments. Number 2, capital or cash reserves, the money savings and investments you have that can be sold quickly for cash. Collateral, the home or type of home that you would like to purchase. And number 4 is credit, your history of paying bills and other debts on time. Getting pre-approved is one of the many steps that will show home sellers that you are serious about buying, and it often helps speed up the process once your offer has been accepted. And that's why I am a big proponent of the Fast Pass loan approval from our friends over at Gold Star, because I've seen where people are saving between $10,000 and $50,000 on their purchase offers by using that Fast Pass loan approval. Save 10 to 50. Why? Well, it's just common sense once you understand it. You can't say it's common sense to everybody because many people don't understand the process. You see, when a seller lists their home, they want it sold as quickly as possible. They want the most money, least worry. So what do they look at when they first get their loan approval from, or get their offer from the agent that they've hired? Well, the first thing they look at is the price in the offer. How much money are they going to get for their home that they're selling? The second thing they look at is contingencies. Now, if they have an offer that's got an outrageously high price, but there's so many contingencies in there that the likelihood of the home selling is slim, if they have an option to go to somebody else, they're going to go to somebody else. Now, with the Fast Pass loan approval, not only do you have that option there, but you've also got the situation where there's no loan contingency. On the second page of the residential purchase agreement, one can check the box J4 that says no loan contingencies. Well, that's kind of like same as cash with no loan contingency. They're going to still want an appraisal, and they're still going to want to make sure there's clear title, just like anybody doing their due diligence. But the bottom line is it's going to be a big advantage to the seller going with that particular offer. So the bottom line for the borrower, potential home buyers overestimate the down payment and credit scores needed to qualify for a mortgage today. If you're ready and willing to buy, you may be pleasantly surprised at your ability to do so as well. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Again, find your dream home before someone else does. You're just going to put a little bit of information in there. You're going to put into the system where you want to live. Obviously, when you text NEST, they want to know where do you want to live, what is your budget, what are the must-haves for your property, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. Put that in the system, in the app, and they're going to send you a text message right from our friends with Nest. Send you a text message every time a home hits the market that's in your target demographic. Now, you take that along with the Fast Pass loan approval, and you've got an advantage over the other people who are out there looking to buy. Just a thought for you there. Now, speaking of buying, we did release last week our 2017-2018 winter edition of the Home Buyer's Guide. And in the Buyer's Guide, you're going to get a whole lot. I think there's like 10 chapters in there. Reasons to buy this winter. And obviously, we've talked about some of these in the past, but let's share a couple of them with you right out of the guide. And if you want more information, if you want details on each of these items, you have to go to the guide. It's free. Text HBG, Home Buyer's Guide, HBG, to 79564. You can download a copy of the guide right there. It's a real 23 pages of great content for you. But some reasons for buying a home today, not waiting. Number one is prices are going to keep on going up. I was over last Wednesday at Chapman University's economic forecast. They're anticipating prices to continue on the rise. Now, we know that in Orange County, 5.04% average annual appreciation for the last 42 years. Think it's going to change? Well, Chapman doesn't think so. They think that we're going to be right in line again coming forward. Mortgage interest rates are projected to increase. Well, again, Chapman came up with their forecast going to 4.5% by this time next year. Freddie Mac's primary mortgage market survey, they came out with their number on Thursday, 3.94. Let's talk about that for a minute as well. Because Freddie Mac came out with their mortgage market survey, 3.94%. You got to pay a half a point to get it. How do they get that number? How do you get that rate? Great question. So the way they get the number is Monday through Wednesday every week, Freddie Mac sends out a survey to find out where pricing is, what the interest rate is, and what the cost is to get that interest rate on a 30-year fixed rate loan. But it's not just any 30-year fixed rate loan. It's a conforming loan, 40% down, purchase, single-family residence, exceptional credit, and debt-to-income ratio. So it's a utopia. Now, do you know anybody that has a unbelievably, they're perfect in every way? Yeah, most of us don't. So the credit scores may be not perfect. Who cares? You can still get a house. Once a lender will look at your unique situation, they have what's called loan level price adjusters. Loan level price adjusters. LLPA is the acronym for it. And then it takes into account, okay, so you've got a 620 FICO score, not a problem, that loan can be done, but there's a little bit of an extra price to it. You're not doing 40% down, you're doing 5% down. Well, there's a little bit of a price change there too. Well, maybe your debt-to-income ratio isn't at the 43 that everybody wants, it's at 49. Well, there's a price adjustment for that also, and that's how your individual interest rate is determined. Just information for us. So number 2 on the list of reasons to buy this winter was mortgage interest rates projected to increase. Number 3, you are paying a mortgage. News flash. I should get my guys out here to give us that news flash. It's somewhere around on my board, but I'll have to find it for you. But there is a news flash. You're paying a mortgage, either yours or somebody else's. Some renters have not yet purchased a home because they're uncomfortable. Well, think about this. The owner of the property wants to make sure they get covered for their mortgage principal, interest, taxes, insurance, association. They're putting in a cost for profit, and they're also putting a cost in for maintenance. So you're paying all that, either for you or for somebody else. And even if the financial issues are not what you're looking for, it's all about you. It's about your life. It's about your family. It's about your security, education, proximity to work. Make that decision. Do it as soon as you can financially afford to get on with your family's goals. And get a hold of the Ultimate Home Buying Toolkit so that you have the best information possible. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the 12 scams of Christmas 2017. We'll continue on our home buying journey and questions to ask yourself before leasing or buying a car. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. They all are. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has the solutions for you. You just need to make the effort. You got to go to Credit Sanitizer and sign up. We're going to send you updates every week or so with new different options and tools for you to enhance your credit. And don't forget about Equifax Security, 2017.com. Equifax Security, 2017.com. 12 scams of Christmas for 2017. Scammers make a killing during the holiday season. You know what we think about scammers, don't you? It's a pretty simple thought process. Give them one more time. While you spend your time thinking of ways to bring holiday joy to others, they spend their time thinking of ways to steal from you. The saddest part about this is that the ghosts of Christmases past keep visiting Christmas present. With that, I give you this year's 12 scams of Christmas. Number 1, the gift card scam. Definitely a ghost of Christmas past. This still works, so scammers still do it. Pretty simple. The thief records the numbers displayed on a gift card and then calls the company that issued it to find out if it has been activated, which occurs when the card is purchased. The problem here is one of timing. If you buy a gift card early in the shopping season, it's more exposed to fraud. That said, recipients of gift cards often take a while to use them. Here's the tip. If you're going to purchase a gift card, do it as close to Christmas Day or whatever holiday you're celebrating as possible, and encourage the recipient to use it as soon as possible. Number 2, sneak attacks on your credit. with the nonstop news of data breaches involving credit card numbers, many of us are walking around with compromised payment cards that can be used by a scammer, and there is no more perfect time of the year for them to try than Christmas. The usual warning signs of an account takeover or a fraudulent charge may be harder for financial institutions to spot, since Christmas gifts often don't conform to a cardholder's buying patterns. The tip: sign up for transaction alerts from your bank or credit card issuer that notify you anytime there is activity on your accounts. Number 3, fake charities. While it's not exactly the way it plays out in our nation's malls and shopping districts, Christmas is traditionally a time for contemplation and charitable giving. Something captured very well in Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Carol. So if you want to give during the holiday season, it's crucial to make sure the appeal is real. Tip: before responding to an online appeal, visit the website by typing the organization's URL manually or by using search to find the link. If you're still unsure, call. If you're still uncomfortable, use Charity Navigator or contact the Office of the Attorney General in your state to determine the organization's authenticity. Number 4, temporary holiday jobs. Holiday jobs are a good way to make some extra money, and a lot of them, but bear in mind that there are a myriad of scammers out there who may offer fake jobs to harvest your very personal identifiable information, the most valuable of which your Social Security number. Don't give your Social Security number to anyone unless you absolutely have to, and don't provide it before you confirm you're dealing with a representative of a real organization that has offered you a job. Never send your information digitally unless you know the recipient uses proper security protocols. Number 5 is phishing, vishing, and smishing. You might receive a phone call, a text, or an email. It doesn't matter what the delivery system is. It's a fraud, but it won't necessarily look like one. It could look like a sales promotion from a brand you like, or an offer on a deal that seems too good to be true, or even just pretty good. Scam artists can be very nuanced. Beyond the alert, you act on any offer. Tip: check to see the URL matches exactly and that you never provide any personal information on a web page unless the URL is secure and starts with HTTPS. Email look should always be considered suspect. All you have to do is hover over the email address or any hyperlink, and that'll tell you whether it's legit or not. Or if you can, not that it's legit, it'll show you whether it's an illegitimate item. See this constantly with FedEx, where FedEx has you get an email that comes out. It looks like it came from FedEx, but when you hover over the link, it's something that's totally irrelevant to FedEx. You see that with PayPal now also. Number 6, true love. Holidays can be lonely, and catfishers know that. Love scams are the worst as they prey on the emotions in the most exploitative ways, disarming the heartstrings with an eye to loosening purse strings. The money lost can be considerable and the upset unfathomable. Here's the tip. As corny as it seems, be careful with your heart and don't give it away to just anyone. If you feel like you're falling for someone and they somehow can never make an in-person appearance, don't send them money to do so. You can do better. Number 7 is hotel scams. You might fall victim to the restaurant flyer scam, the menu for a non-existent eatery shoved under the door, resulting in an order that gets you robbed. Or it could be the front desk scam where you get a call after check-in asking for another credit card number because the one you provided was rejected. Here's the tip. Assume the worst when in unfamiliar territory and be on guard when traveling. Always distrust, always verify. Pretty simple. Number 8, fake online shops. This is a tough one, but here's the deal. Bargain. Amazing prices on things that should cost a lot more than they are asking on a fake online shop is alluring, which is why people fall for them all the time. Pop-up shops are cool, but they may not always be legit. Look at the About Us page and call the designated contact number. If there is no number, think twice before making a purchase. Also, pay attention to detail. Are there spelling errors in the copy? Bad-looking stock photos? Look for trouble. Number 9 is e-cards. We all appreciate the sentiment behind an e-card, but that should not outweigh the risk of malware. That can take a computer hostage or record every keystroke so that your most sensitive credentials for financial accounts can be stolen. E-cards are a popular form of fraud among scam artists, and you should be very, very cautious. Email, call, or text the sender and ask if they sent an e-card. In this environment of constant attack, they will understand. That's just the way it is right now, unfortunately. E-voucher scams. This scam is built for people old enough to remember a physical printed voucher, which presented in person at a brick-and-mortar store would get you a discount. They were basically a coupon. E-vouchers are fine if they come in the form of a number sequence, discount code, or keyword. But anything else should be considered suspect. Tip: be on the lookout for grammar or spelling errors. Always type in the URL of the site for which you have an e-voucher and enter the code and number there. If it comes by way of text or email and it involves a link, do not click through. Number 11, fake shipping notifications, which could be worse than a message from your favorite e-tailer letting you know that the must-have item you ordered is out of stock or was sent to the wrong address. Another oldie but goodie among thieves is a notice informing you that the item has been delivered when it hasn't been. Never click any, this is the tip, never click any associated link with this type of a communication. Always log on to the e-tailer site for more information or pick up the phone and call. Wish list scams. Online lists are a bad practice that should be discouraged. In theory, the online wish list creates a place where friends and relatives can find out what you want for Christmas, which many find preferable to guesswork. Beyond being horribly transactional, the practice opens the list making to phishing attacks, since scam artists will automatically know what your interests are. Here's the tip: if you must post a wish list online, custom set the privacy on the post so that only particular people can see it, and don't include any personal identifiable information. There's a whole lot of them on there today, but that is the list for you. 12 scams of Christmas 2017. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, questions to ask yourself before leasing or buying a car, and we'll continue with our home buying journey. And remember, the ultimate toolbox for the home buyer. It's coming out later today. We'll be able to get that to you first thing. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending
Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRE NMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 0186945 and 1866775.
Your Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by Ask about reversemortgages.com if you're 62 years of age or older, have equity in your property, thinking about buying a new house. The reverse mortgage might be the correct solution for you. I never know if it is the right solution, but it might be the right solution. I can guarantee one thing for sure. If you don't look into it, you'll never, ever know. That's the issue right there. So let's think about some of these items on your behalf as far as, just lost my report here that I wanted to share this one with you. Questions to ask before leasing or buying a car. That is our subject this morning. Let me get over to the report for you. Again, ask about reverse mortgage. I'll just tell you a little bit more about them while I pull up this report that I want to share for you, with you. There it is. Questions to ask yourself before buying and leasing a car. Here's the issue. The biggest issue you need to know is just some of your history. How much will you be driving the car? That's the biggest issue. Lots of mileage means, in most instances, you're going to be better off in buying as opposed to leasing. What do you want to use the car for? You probably wouldn't go into a car purchase intending to rough up the car, but stuff happens, so you'll need to decide what you plan to use the car for to know if leasing is right for you. If you lease a car, the dealer generally allows normal wear and tear upon return at the end of your lease, but you'll be charged extra if they think the car has been more weathered. Be sure to get the specifics from the dealership. How long do you plan to keep the car? Appealing thing about leasing a car is that most car leases end after 3 years. So you have the opportunity to upgrade to a new model every 3 years if you'd like. Of course, you could buy a car and upgrade that way, but it can be harder to deal with the sale of a car. And how much can you afford to put as your down payment is the next issue. Most lease agreements will come with lower down payments than buyer agreements. Here's the thing, another one of the issues, and again, you need to talk on some of these things to your tax professional as well. They'll help you with this. But if you're looking at buy versus lease, remember that in most of the leases out there, you basically give the benefit of starting with a lower down payment, making a consistent payment over time, which the payment is generally lower than if you're purchasing. And then at the end of the term, you have the ability of either walking away from the car, or you can buy it out, and it can be financed out. So you can go to your local bank or credit union, or sometimes even the company that has your current loan, and ask them what it would cost on a monthly basis to buy out the loan. There's a residual value on a lease. So you can ask them that question, and you'll be able to get that information, then make a business decision as to whether it makes sense for you and your family. That is the Word on Wealth segment. Again, brought to you by askaboutreversemortgages.com. Go there, sign up, get the information you want for your family. So as we continue our journey through the issues of buying versus renting, here's some more of the questions that you really want to find out, that you need to know, or as far as buying a home. How do you figure out what your house payment will be? That's another big issue. So your house payment, what is it? You're going to pay principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, plus any homeowners association. That's what the bottom line of your housing is going to be. So all of those are going to be in concert with what is the interest rate and the down payment. So here's the issue. PITI is the acronym. Principal, it's the amount borrowed, specifically how much of your loan you're scheduled to pay off each month. That amount will change every month as your amortization table changes. The interest is how much it costs for you to use the money, how much the loan cost is. Taxes, well, every state, county, city, they have their own tax schedules for property taxes. So you can either have those impounded or not impounded. And there's a dual term, impounding or an escrow account. They both basically mean the same thing, where you're making a payment to your loan servicer every month. And that's going to include your property taxes, and it could include your insurance as well. The other thing you want to look at, debt to income ratio. Important for determining how easily you'll be able to pay off your debts. The debt-to-income ratio is the percentage of your total monthly debt against your monthly income. In math terms, it's PITI plus monthly liabilities, your fixed, that'd be car payments, student loan payments, the like, divided by monthly income. They just changed the guidelines to be 50% or less, but if you're dealing in certain loans, 45 to 43 are going to be the number that you need to stick with. And again, if you want more information on that, the Ultimate Home Buying Toolkit will be out later today. You can text Toolkit to 79564, Toolkit to 79564. We'll get that toolkit out to you as soon as they become available, as soon as they get uploaded later in the day today. And as always, we ask you set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.